on social media as designed to survive a zombie apocalypse. It's got
on eBay.
Yeah, wild. Armor over the tires. There's gun ports on it. What does that tell you? How does somebody get their hands on something like that, and how is one built?
Well, it's not easy to do, and obviously this took a lot of pre-planning for these people to attempt to do what they attempted to do last night, which is to obviously harm police officers. You know, why did they even come up with this idea? And what is the motivating factor behind all of this? So that's why the police are very concerned. They have actually got ATF involved now because of the pipe bombs, ATF being alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, because of the pipe bombs. And as it's already been reported, one of the robots, police robots, tried to move the port to look at the pipe bomb, and one of them actually went off. So there's other suspicious packages down there as well.
Rob, we're hearing so many different conflicting reports. Shooters from elevated positions, a van with multiple shooters, but right now the standoff is with only one man or potentially two. We've got 4 packages, but now some found in dumpsters. If there were 4 shooting and there's only one in the van, where are the other 3? A lot of confusion in scenes like this to begin with. How does the PD start to wrap their arms around a developing situation? What does the command and control look like? Who's running the show on the ground right now?
Well, the Dallas Police Department is obviously going to be the lead agency at this point, and I'm sure they've notified the FBI and other law enforcement agencies from that Texas area down there. But the main thing that the officers are trying to make sure is not happening is that there's no other crime scenes, there's no other victims, and that they have the situation contained. So containment is number one in situations like this. Let's keep it contained within a certain area. Let's try to resolve the situation and then try to figure out why these people were motivated to do what they're doing.
And Rod, we're hearing word now from the Dallas Police Department on their Twitter feed that van has been disabled. So they, according to reports, they've shot out the tires of that van. If we take camera 1 here, this is a look at what Heavy.com is reporting this van may have looked like. Unbelievable. It actually has gun ports on the side, as we were talking about, armor around the wheelbase, so presumably people could stand on it as well. But Pete, as you were mentioning, obviously having served in the military, this could end up like amateur hour. Once you start firing automatic weapons from inside a van like this, the echo chamber in there would have disabled their hearing.
Incredibly so, and they probably didn't rehearse something like that in any meaningful way. Also, very difficult to be accurate. So you start to think, okay, if there were 4 folks ambushing a police department, first of all, why are they doing it in the middle of the night, which is a whole other discussion. But if there's nobody injured, firing out of a port like that could be part of that equation. It's really difficult to be accurate. Thank goodness, difficult to be accurate out of something like that.
And Rod, of course, you know D.C. well, you know D.C. well enough, and to know what unfolded there with the D.C. sniper attacks, and we saw how they retrofitted that car and were popping up where people didn't even see them sticking out, just guns sticking out of small holes.
Exactly. And, you know, you always wonder when you look at this vehicle, you always wonder what was the end game for these individuals. Were they actually trying to commit suicide by cop or what? Because they knew with that particular type of vehicle, they're not going to get out of the area. That vehicle obviously had been, improvised to be like this for a period of time. And that's another concern that the law enforcement agencies are going to have. Why and where did this vehicle come from? Were they even aware of it? And again, like I said earlier, Clayton, were there warning signs with these individuals? We don't know that. Again, this is a very fluid situation, and these situations are always the most dangerous.
And we should be totally clear that this picture was posted on Heavy.com by reporters there who say a similar van to this was sold on eBay recently that was retrofitted like this. But eyewitness reports say that this van looks very, very similar to this. So we don't have confirmation yet that this is the exact van. I want to be very clear about that.
Sure.
Certainly, Rod, as we go, does the timing of this tell you anything? It happening in the middle of the night, middle of a Friday night?
Well, you know, that's something else that I was thinking about. Why did they select last night to do this particular shooting? And, again, because this is so fluid, we don't have that answer yet. But usually a situation like this would occur during the day when there's many people around so that they can have as many victims as they want. Apparently that wasn't the case. But they did crash, as we can see in the video there, into another police car. And luckily, no police officers were injured. as according to the report so far.
Rod, thanks for your expert analysis on this. Stay with us here. If you're just joining us, shots fired, a police van being disabled at this hour in a parking lot nearby the Dallas police station as a standoff continues. We'll have much more on this story as explosives were placed around the police department headquarters. We'll have a live report with breaking details straight ahead. Keep it here.